Welcome to Neon Cobra. Let's kick into it. Perfect. So back to our regularly scheduled programming. We're going to do a 2-minute session today. We are going to talk about Azure SQL instances or Azure SQL DB specifically. I want to focus a little bit on the DTU model. I've had this question come up actually a couple of times, and most recently from a colleague. And there was some kind of ambiguity on how to size around it and really how to use the product itself. So from the top, the Elastic pools and the single pools when they're running on DTU or data transmission units essentially is almost a amalgamation of kind of your storage performance, your compute, and your memory, and that's sized into a DTU. Now, very difficult to kind of size for that. So a couple of considerations when I'm pricing and I'm trying to help a partner through the DTU model. Generally, we would approach it for one, does the line of business application that you're intending to put on this support this? Because Azure SQL DB is not the same as SQL managed instance or even just a VM with SQL on it, right? There are some architectural and hierarchy changes and things that need to be accounted for on that. Now, if you're doing any sort of development, Azure SQL DB can be fantastic. The DTU model can be very beneficial, especially in kind of burstable workloads or small instances that maybe need time to ramp up. And you need to monitor that, right? It's really a sizing and a fitting type of an equation. So when you're building for this environment, you start maybe with the basic tier, if it's going to be dev, and you check your performance on a regular basis. There are metrics and monitors to see how much DTU you're consuming. And you can dive in if you're doing kind of an Elastic Pool, which database is taking that, and then either split that off into another Azure DB dedicated instance or expand your overall performance. So really the name of the game with DTU and Elastic Pools is you really need to be fluid with it. You need to grow in and grow out until you kind of get your baseline. So it can be a little harder to predict and plan for, but you'll generally see much better performance and experience doing it that way. I've got some more information on my blog on this one. I'll reference some Microsoft articles as well as for some baselines, but just something to consider when you're looking to size for Azure SQL DBs.